Year 5. Hope you're okay. It's our last chapter of Edward Tulane today. I'm actually feeling a little bit sad and emotional about it all. It's been such a lovely book, and actually catching up with a lot of my children yesterday on Google Classroom on the Google Meets. It seems to have gone down really well. We've really enjoyed it, so that's been great news. So we left the end of chapter 26 yesterday with the old doll being bought and Edward being left on the shelf on his own. And right at the end of the chapter it said, no, he told himself, don't believe it. Don't let yourself believe it. But it was too late. Someone will come for you. The China Rabbit's heart had begun again to open. So thinking about since he lost kind of Bryce and Lucius Clark fixed him, he's been very much closed. He's kind of given up on life a little bit, hasn't he? So this started to give us a little bit of an optimistic feel to the final chapter. So chapter 27, that is the picture. I don't know why sometimes it's really clear and other times it's not. Maybe it's my brightness. There you go. Chapter 27. Oh, it's got lighter again. Never mind. Seasons passed. Fall and winter and spring and summer. Leaves blew in through the open door of Lucius Clark's shop, and rain and the green, outrageous, hopeful light of spring. People came and went, grandmothers and doll collectors and little girls with their mothers. Edward Tulane waited. The seasons turned into years. Edward Tulane waited. He repeated the old doll's words over and over until they wore a smooth groove of hope in his brain. Someone will come. Someone will come for you. And the old doll was right. Someone did come. It was springtime. It was raining. There were dogwood blossoms on the floor of Lucius Clark's shop. She was a small girl, maybe 5 years old, and while her mother struggled to close a blue umbrella, the little girl walked around the store, stopping and staring solemnly at each doll and then moving on. When she came to Edward, she stood in front of him for what seemed like a long time. She looked at him and he looked back at her. Someone will come, Edward said. Someone will come for me. The girl smiled and then she stood on her tiptoes and took Edward off the shelf. She cradled him in her arms. She held him in the same ferocious, tender way that Sarah Ruth had held him. Oh, thought Edward, I remember this. Madam, said Lucius Clark, could you please attend to your daughter? She's holding a very fragile, very precious, quite expensive doll. Maggie, said the woman. She looked up from the still open umbrella. What have you got? A rabbit, said Maggie. A what? Said the mother. A rabbit, said Maggie again. I want him. Remember, we're not buying anything today. We're looking only, said the woman. Madam, said Lucius Clark, please. The woman came and stood over Maggie. She looked down at Edward. The rabbit felt dizzy. He wondered for a minute if his head had cracked open again and if he was dreaming. Look, Mama, said Maggie. Look at him. I see him, said the woman. She dropped the umbrella. She put her hand on the locket that hung around her neck, and Edward saw then that it was not a locket at all. It was a watch, a pocket watch. It was his watch. Edward, said Abilene. Yes, said Edward. Edward, she said again, certain this time. Yes, said Edward. Yes, 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 it's me. Once there was a China Rabbit who was loved by a little girl. The rabbit went on an ocean journey and fell overboard and was rescued by a fisherman. He was buried under garbage and unburied by a dog. He travelled for a long time with the hobos and worked for a short time as a scarecrow. Once there was a rabbit who loved a little girl and watched her die. The rabbit danced on the streets of Memphis. His head was broken open in a diner and he was put together again by a doll mender. And the rabbit swore that he would not make the mistake of loving again. Once there was a rabbit who danced in the garden in springtime with the daughter of the woman who had loved him at the beginning of his journey. The girl swung the rabbit as she danced in circles. Sometimes they went so fast, the two of them, that it seemed as if they were flying. Sometimes it seemed as if they both had wings. Once, oh marvellous once, there was a rabbit who found his way home. I might cry. What a lovely, lovely, lovely ending to our story. So finally, after all of those years of being missing, Abilene's all grown up and has got a daughter of her own called Maggie, and they walk into a shop, and what are the chances that they find each other once again? And now not only has Abilene got Edward back, but her little daughter has got Edward to play with and to pass on to hopefully her daughter one day, as long as he doesn't get lost and go on another adventure. So I hope you enjoyed that. I've literally got goosebumps. I really, really love that ending, and I didn't expect it to be like that at all. So hopefully you've liked it as well. So there's a few questions to go along with that final chapter today, and what I've then arranged is for Thursday and Friday, we're not going to have any videos, just questions, but the questions are going to be relating back to the whole book, okay? So it might mean that you need to jump back on the YouTube channel and just find yourself a particular chapter that you might need to look for to remind yourself for the answer, or it might be something you can remember, or you can have a look back in your home learning journal and have a look at the answers to your reading questions and use those to help you. So that will be Thursday and Friday, and then on Monday there'll be a brand new book we're going to start, which I'll keep a secret until Monday. Yes, our brand new book. We'll still be doing some reading questions each day to go along with that, hopefully to tide us over until the end of the term. So hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did. I absolutely loved it. There's nothing like reading a book for the first time and really feeling all of the emotion and really enjoying the ending. So I hope you did too. And I won't see you tomorrow, but I will see you on Monday with an instalment of our brand new book of chapter 1 of that. Okay, see you later. Bye.